Hey, y'all. This is Kasey and Chloe from Pzazz. We are coming at you tonight doing a fun gingerbread house painting. I hope y'all have had a good week. This is, if you're watching this live, it is Wednesday night. We have had a full busy day here at the studio. We did a private party first thing this morning, and then there was homeschool classes, and then there was another private party for Christmas parties, and then there was after school classes. So there was a lot happening. And then I know this is a little bit late. If any of y'all are doing this with kiddos tonight, I know this is a little late, but we had church tonight. We did their fun little Christmas gift exchange at church, and there was just no way to fit it in any earlier. So if you do want to do this with kiddos, and maybe this is a little too late, this will be on the replay right here on the Facebook page. So you can come back and watch this at any time. If you have not already got the supply list, you can text the word candy, C-A-N-D-Y. Be sure just to put candy. Don't put the like parentheses around it or anything like that. Just type the word candy to our phone number 1-334-249-1818. And when you do, it will automatically generate a supply list and send it right back to you. So feel free to do that. So maybe you're just watching tonight and you want to do it later. That's cool. Watch tonight. Go ahead and get that supply list, and then you can do it on your own time. Thank you, Tony. Tony says Chloe's beautiful like her mama. She's a sweet thing. She is. Hey, Pam. All right. So we are about to go over all of the supplies here. And remember, everything that we teach, we want to encourage you to use whatever you've got. So for example, we saw some people do this with their crayons. You can do it with crayons. You can do it with watercolor. You can do it with paints like we're doing tonight, but maybe don't put the epoxy on there if you don't have epoxy. So you can totally do this however you want to with whatever supplies. It's just a fun little festive painting that you can use year after year. All right. So let's go through. Oh, Pam said, we see you, Pam. Pam said Kylie, and then said Chloe. She knows. All right. So we're going to go through our supplies that we're using, but remember, you can feel free to use whatever. So we are using some thick, chunky canvases. I like the thick canvases with the, like the gallery stretched on the side, the thick right here. And the reason I like that, a couple of things. One, I think they like sit on a shelf really well. You don't have to have them in a frame. They just they sit anywhere really good and don't topple over. Also, I really like painting the edges of the thick frames with some cute little stripes. So we both are going to set up and get our canvases. Let's make sure they're both in view, Chloe. We can move all this. I'll go over what all of this is, but let's first just kind of set up our canvases. Okay, I think you can see both of them, right? Yep. Okay. Okay, so we've got our canvases. We have got our pencils to sketch out everything. So we got our canvases and our pencils. I'm going to grab a pencil for me and a pencil for you. We have got paint. So for the acrylic paint, I'm just putting it on. We're going to share a plate. So I've got my white. I love Americano Deco Art. This is the Bahama Blue. So we are getting the Bahama Blue. Christina says, I'm excited. Or Gabby says that. You should be excited. It is, it's a cute little activity. So blue, white, and then some sort of a brown, like for the gingerbread house. So this is raw sienna. I think we've used honey before, also by Deco Art. And the Americana brand. This brand of paint, it's in the craft section, like at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. It's just so good. It covers so well, and it's really good. Hey, Kim, glad you are here tonight. All right, so we've got our paint. We're going to share this. We're going to each have some brushes. So we've got our medium brushes and a small brush. And when I say medium, it's like about a 1/2 inch. Let's see. Can y'all see that better? 1/2 inch flat, and then some sort of a round. Okay, so we both have got our two brushes. We've got our paper towels. We've got our table covered. Let's see, we've got our candy over here. Now you could use whatever candy you want, but we've got some peppermints, and then we've got some sprinkles. All right, so we'll be using these sprinkles later as well. You might be thinking, this is a really colorful house, and you only have a few colors on your plate. all of our color is going to come into play with these fun markers. These are Posca pens or a paint pen. They don't have to be Posca pens. That just happens to be the brand that I love. But we're using all these fun paint pens. So we've got purple and dark green and lime green and white and pink. And I will hold this up a little closer to the camera if you want to see. It's the Posca pen, and right on the side, like right here, is where it usually tells the size. And most of the ones we're using tonight, I can't see, are 5M. Okay, 5M. Hey, Tammy. Tammy says, I'll be seeing y'all in the studio Friday night and again Saturday. Yay. Glad you were going to be here. We have actually got family stuff going on Saturday, so I will only be here for just a little bit of that time. We have all of our family get-togethers and such, but I'm glad you are going to be back in the studio. All right, so here's all of our paint pens, and then off camera, we also have epoxy. Now, if you're not familiar with epoxy, let's see. Ooh. This is the brand that we really like, Art Resin, okay? Yes, it is a little bit expensive, but a little goes a long way. So with epoxy, this one says hardener, and then the other one says what, resin? Hold it up in the camera. So there are two things that look the same. They just have a different hardener and resin. They come together though. So when you buy it, you don't have to worry about like trying to buy the right one. When you buy it, you're going to get both together. And then I would suggest maybe just an inexpensive pair of gloves or something, because the resin does kind of get everywhere. So have we gone over? Oh, and this. It's 2 cups. That's what you're going to mix your resin in. Something you can just throw away. And then something to stir your resin. And I think that's it. That's why we send you that supply list. So we can think it all. If you do not have that supply list, just type the word candy to our text list and it will come right to you. All right. You ready to get rolling? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm doing this with Chloe tonight as a way just to kind of show you visually what it's like to do art side by side with a kid, a grandkid, a niece, a nephew, because we have our kids club, which is our online art lessons, just like this. This is online. You're watching and learning online. This is how our kids club is. Every single week we do a new video, and some parents and grandparents like to do it with their kids, like we're going to be doing tonight. It creates a fun little bonding time. Some parents or grandparents like to just open it up and let their kids just independently learn, and they can totally do that too, because our kids club art lessons are on a private library hub. So whereas this is Facebook, you might not always want your kids scrolling Facebook or YouTube without your consent. So in our kids club, it's a private library hub where they can just get their lessons, and we send them fun happy mail to the door. So I'm telling you about that right now at the beginning of this. I'm going to tell you more about it at the end. But one of the reasons I really want to stress it is because today's Wednesday. We only have 2 more days before we're closing the registration on that. And the reason for that is we want to be sure to get everything to you before Christmas, because as soon as you join the kids club, we send you like a pack of fun markers that you can put under the tree. It tells all about the kids club. And then that first box, we want to have it out before Christmas so that it arrives that first week of January to the kids who are going to get their fun little art box. So I'll tell you more about that when we're mixing the resin. But just a heads up, there's 2 more days on that. So if that's something that you would like, go ahead and be jumping on it. All right, you ready to get rolling, Chloe? Mm-hmm. Do you want to put a smock on that cute shirt?
When we start painting.
Okay. That cute shirt that she borrowed from me. Okay. Okay, when we start painting, we will. All righty. So here we go. And again, if you're just hopping on, this is what we are going to be doing tonight. All right. So should we put it right here? All right. So we are going to first do just kind of the bottom of the house. So we're just going to go straight across. And if you have ever watched me, you know I don't love to measure. Hey, y'all, I see a lot of y'all typing the word candy in this thread. It doesn't work in this thread. Don't do it right now, but later, or you can do it, I guess, if you're not on your phone. If you're on your computer watching this, grab your phone. You are going to actually text the word candy to our text number. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So you just open your phone, you go to 1-334-249-1818. And then just like you're texting me a message, you're just going to say candy. And then it's going to automatically send you that list. Don't do it in this text thread. All right. So here we go. So I did this. I don't love to measure. I just kind of do my hands and kind of Make sure that it feels like the same amount. And if it does, we're good to go. So I'm good. You good? Mm-hmm. All right. So now I'm going to find the middle. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do the sides next. So I'm not going to go straight up. I'm going to go out at an angle just to give this kind of a little fun, wonky look. So let's see. I'm going to go here. But now watch this. This is where we've messed this up a little bit before. You want this side to be about the same height as this side. You don't want it to be like really high, really low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do an imaginary line over here to where it should come to. And then I'll do another line out there. Then I'm just going to, again, just check it to see if they're about the same height. All right. So go ahead and do the sides of your house. And they're kind of at that angle. Yep. You're good. You're good. You're good. All right. So now we're going to do the point of the house. Now we want to make sure we're kind of in the middle. So if I look from left to right, I find the middle. And then I'm going to go up. And wherever I want the top of that house to be, I'm going to do a little dot. Okay. And then I'm going to come down and down. I like your bracelet, Chloe. When did you get that?
I don't know.
I haven't seen it that much. All right. All right. So let's see. All right. So we've got the shape. Now let's do a few of the details. So we're going to come down and just do some curves like this. This is going to be the snow or the icing, kind of whatever you want it to be, kind of coming off the edges of the house. Okay, now we're going to put a fun little candy cane chimney. So it'll look like a curve, and then it'll come back over and then curve. I know sometimes it's a little bit hard to see when we're doing it in pencil, but it's a really good practice to do it in pencil first, just in case there's anything that's not quite how you want it. It's better to go ahead and get it, cleaned up before you get rolling. All right, so next up, we're going to do a curve for the door. Now, listen, it's going to curve like this, but it's also going to have a little bit of like curve as it's curving, if that makes sense. So it's going to look like this. Okay, and then we're doing another one around it. Again, this is going to kind of be like icing around the door. Hey, Mari, glad you're here. Alyssa, it says, I'm not able to watch live. Yes, the replay will be right here on this page. All right, so now we can do kind of just not perfect rectangles, but just kind of rectangles with a plus sign in the middle for the window pane. Rectangle-ish. And I say ish, I don't like my rectangles to have really harsh corners. I want them to kind of be a little bit curved. Cute. And then just a circle in the middle. It'll just be kind of a placeholder for now. All right. So we've done a lot of the drawing. Let's go ahead and do just a little more. We will do our just our curve and curve for this kind of snowy hill that it's on. If you want to, I'm trying to think. Nope, let's just leave it just like this. Everything is what we will paint in. All right, so we've got our drawing on there. Yes, Catherine says, look easy. It looks easy. It is. It's not too hard. Not too hard at all. Also, I see a lot of y'all on here that are lettering club members and other just studio goers. If maybe you don't have a creative kid in your life to buy the kids club for, but if you know of, we just went out. Are we there still? Okay, we just jumped back. On our end, it just like completely went black. I hope if you could say we see you, it'll make me feel a little bit better because it just went black on my end. I don't see anybody saying that just yet, but I know there's a delay. So we'll keep talking and hope that y'all can see us. I don't even remember what I was saying. What was I even saying? Oh, kids club. I mean, yeah, if maybe you don't have a kid to buy kids club for, but if you could share our link with other people, it would mean a great deal to us to share it on your page or share it to somebody that might benefit from it. Okay, we see you. We see you. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Thank you. You make us feel a lot better because we were just talking and the whole thing went black. Okay, good deal. Good deal. Thank you very much. All right, so y'all ready to paint? we have drawn, and now we are ready to paint. So we are going to do our background. I'm going to leave this back up here so we can keep looking at it as we paint. We're going to do our background with our Bahama blue. So I'm going to grab that Bahama blue. Thank you, Chloe, putting that smock on, because you know you'll be limited to borrow my clothes if you get that dirty. All right, so we are going to outline all around this first. And FYI, we sell these smocks in our shop, and are they not the bomb.com? Look, they're going to completely cover her. They're so good for kids. You made a button in the back. We put them on like this. Like, there's no open buttons in the front. It is full coverage. It is long sleeve. You want me a button or no?
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So, yes, ma'am. You are all covered now. So you can grab your paint, and we are just going to outline. And after you've outlined, then you can just start filling in that background. Thank you, Kim. Kim says, sharing with my nieces. Yes. Anybody that you think, hey, you know, like they would love art lessons, but maybe they don't live close to a studio, or maybe they just have so much going on. They don't have time for classes, which is honestly Clo here. I mean, she's got gymnastics and volleyball. So she loves doing art, but she doesn't necessarily make it to a studio class. So if you've got a really busy kid that wants to get involved in art, the Kids Club is a great thing, because the videos are released every Monday. But they can watch them. You have access to the videos as long as you are a member of the club. So, all right. I am just kind of quickly going over this. I'm not doing everything side to side. I'm just kind of quickly covering everything. If there is a glob, I do want to kind of spread that out. I don't want to have any globs on here. So y'all tell me, who is painting along with us tonight? I know some of you might just be watching, but we did send out kind of a heads up on this for a few days. So is anybody painting along with us tonight? If so, in the comments, just say painting along. I want to know how many of y'all are painting and how many are just watching. You might want to push that sleeve up, maybe, just so it doesn't drag. And one thing I'm going to do while Chloe finishes her background, I don't want my brush to get too dry. I do want down here in this snow to kind of be a really pale light blue. So I'm going to, with my dirty blue on my brush, I'm going to dip it into the white. Yay. Okay. We see Kim is painting along, and Christina and Suzanne. Yay. And Angela. Do you see your friends out there? Is that what you're laughing at? No, don't look. I thought you were laughing. Don't look. We have, if you're familiar with our studio, we have a big plate glass window right out there. In our downtown area, it's hopping. So we're trying to not look at the window. We have something kind of in front of us so that we're kind of hidden. But Chloe was like, I keep seeing people. I thought that's what you were laughing at. I thought they were beating on the window. Pam says she is mentally painting. Yay. Courtney and Amy painting with us. Yay. Awesome. And Jean, that's awesome. That means you're going to have a finished piece, or almost finished piece, depending on like the resin. The resin will have to wait until tomorrow. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. Dirty blue brush into a little bit of white, and it's going to make this light blue color. That's why I wanted to go ahead and do it with a quickness. Isn't that a pretty, just icy blue? And I didn't do anything. I just used the dirty brush. I didn't clean it, and I just used plain white, and then I'm painting the bottom. Oh, yay. Mari says, watching tonight, plan a Christmas paint party with adult and kiddos. Please, please show me pictures of that. You know, I'd love to see that. This really is fun for all ages. We did it as a mom and me in the studio, but then everybody who walks in, no matter what the ages are, like, oh, we love it. We love it. You know what we forgot? It'll be okay, though. We forgot a cup of water. It'll be okay. We don't have to have it right this second. All right. So next up, I normally would be cleaning my brush in the water and then drying it off, but I don't have we forgot the water cup. So I'm just gonna wipe it off. And then over here, I'm gonna get a little bit of my brown. If your brown is a little darker than maybe you want, you can mix it with some white. Okay, and then let's see. Here we go. So now this is going to feel a little weird, but you're going to end up painting over some of the stuff that you just drew, like the windows and such. We're going to get them back in. You don't have to be super careful because we're going to paint all the areas that are supposed to be white. We're going to paint them white. Okay, so I'm still kind of coming around, getting a good outline on all of this. And then I'm painting right on top of these windows. It's just easier. It's easier to paint right on top as opposed to going all the way around. Sorry, baby. We're kind of cramped for space trying to do this together. And if you want to use your smaller brush, since you've got such like a little bit tighter lines, you could use your smaller brush, Chloe, to outline and then use your big brush to fill in if you want to. All right. Barbara says, watching while traveling. Where are you traveling to? Barbara says, brought my chroma colors and pencils and waterproof black pen. Perfect. You know, that is like the staples. So you could totally do this right inside of any kind of little sketchbook. Just give it a draw and then just kind of add in some colors and all kinds of stuff. Now, when you are done with this part, this brush needs to go in water, a water cup that we forgot. So pretend you're putting it in water. And then actually may need you to go get a cup of water. Will you go get a cup of water and I'll finish doing yours while you go get that? Because we're going to need a little bit for this next thing. You just get one of those jars in the middle room. All right, so I'm going to finish this for her. If you are doing this with a kiddo, it is very special to put the date on the back. Don't forget that, because my goodness, to me, that is some of the funnest stuff when you find it and you look, you're like, this was 5 years ago. You know, I don't know. There's just something so special, especially about Christmas art, things that you only pull out every so often. You pack it back up with your Christmas stuff and then you get it back out. It's just fun every year to kind of look at it. All right, so I finished it for you. You want to do anything else to it? Okay. All right, so we'll put it in the water cup and in the water cup. Next up, what's next? Okay. Next up, with your small brush, I'm going to touch the water just a little bit, and then I'm going to kind of swoosh it around in my white. Hey, Jennifer. Miss Bedwell says, hey, Clo. Can you say hey? Hey. Okay, so now with the white, I love doing the swirls like this, and this is with my small brush. Okay, so going swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Woo, woo. And yes, I like making sound effects whenever I do the painting. It makes it a little bit more fun. So with that small brush, you can kind of do all of this. Jennifer says, I'm joining in late. Jennifer, do you know what we're doing tonight? Let me show you the finished piece. We are doing our fun little candy gingerbread house. So it's a gingerbread painting. We're going to put candy on it, and then we're going to resin it. So that is what is on the agenda for tonight. Barbara says, going to New Mexico for early Christmas with the grandkids. Fun. Enjoy yourself. All right. So this is the only painting we're going to do. Everything else, no, it's not. Sorry. Everything else other than what I'm about to do, I forgot. We have a little bit more white. And then after the white, that's going to be the last bit of painting. I'm sorry. Got ahead of myself. We're going to do this. Just outline the things that we had before. If you need to kind of touch up any of this, you can, like around the icing. You left it white, so you might have painted so nice and neat that you don't have to touch it up. But if maybe your edges are just not as nice as you like it, or maybe if it just looks a little undone, you can go back with your white. Just add one little layer of paint on there. And then we're almost done. Sorry. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here, I've added my white. I'm going to give this a blow dry. And then I'm going to come back in with some of my paint pens. All right. So you can keep working, Chloe. I'm going to put my brush in the water. I've got a blow dryer handy. I hope it doesn't knock things over as I try to do this. And then we're going to hit it with a blow dryer. Looks like a slow hair dryer. We have multiple hair dryers at the studio. Some of yours. Just hang tight, bear with me. You can either do this or you can be patient and wait. And we are never too patient and wait. Usually we do have a hair dryer that works a little faster than this. I'm going to kind of smooth some of this. Okay, so what we're going to do now is grab our Posca pens. One thing I will say, Chloe, both of ours might have a few places that are still wet. So just avoid the wet places with your pen. Make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit and then I'm going to pass it over to Chloe and then we're going to keep rolling. Okay, so I'm going to grab all of these. Mm-hmm. You can't, but just watch the first go round and then you can do it. Okay, so just watch it and then you'll kind of get in the pattern. All right, so with this, I'm going to just kind of accent everything. So I'm going to start with my pink and I can do like, I can accent the candy cane coming all around. Then I don't have to be right on the pink. I can just kind of be around some of these white lines, going around that. All right, we can here, we can do a little bit, not perfect outlines, just little here and there around the edges. Kind of everywhere that you once had pencil, we are outlining now, okay? But it's not a perfect outline. It's just kind of quick little outlines. Here, I'll put some more kind of the stripes on here. Kind of going at an angle. We'll do a little bit right here, going down the heel. One thing that we did not, that we didn't draw earlier that we want to go ahead and put in are the stems for our flowers / lollipops, whatever you want those to be. So like I'm going to do like a line. I'll put the peppermints on top of these for the cute little lollipops. If you wanted to do like a curve and a curve, like little bows on here, you could do that too. Okay. Are you going to remember all this, Chloe? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do a little circle placeholder right here, maybe with some like curves. It looks like a flower. A heart in the middle. And let's see. And then just a little bit like right from the door, I'm going to come out at an angle. So I'm just going to kind of come like this. And then some of these areas, I'm going to put these irregular gumdrops / stones in. Now we're going to do other colors too. And we're going to put sprinkles on top. So a lot of this is going to be covered up. So this is just kind of our first layer of paint pen. Okay. Now I'm going to pass this over to Chloe and she's going to start doing that. But as she does, I'm going to grab another color. I'm going to grab green. And I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to start adding in color. Sometimes it can be right on top of the white, and sometimes it can be kind of around the edges. Again, I'm kind of seeing some places that are wet, so I'm jumping around that. And I'll give it another blow dry here later before we add the epoxy. I'll do some more stones down here. And, whoa. Sorry, got that dirty. All right, then I'll move on to the purple. I'm going to just keep pushing this over to you, okay? You can use it whenever you want to. Here we go. Purple, same thing. Little bits and pieces around. Not solid outlines, but just little lines around where I had my pencil lines earlier. Put more up here in the swirlies. Really accent that. Some more little cobblestones here. Are you starting to see it really kind of come together? You're starting to see the colors. Can y'all see it okay, or do I need to pull it closer to the camera? Let me know. I don't know how big it's looking on your screen. Pass it over. Now I'm going to come in with this. This is the emerald green Posca pen. This was a little bit smaller, and that's just because it happened to be what we grabbed. We have I like the 5M on all of these. This one happens to be a 3M. All that means it's got a little bit smaller tip. Chloe is done with school. You excited about being done? Mm-hmm. She's done for the Christmas break. They don't really have it tomorrow unless they have something to make up, which she does not. And then Friday's a half day, aka not really a day. So she's pretty much done. And then we have all of Christmas, and then my brother every year, we usually always do stuff with my brother and his family right after Christmas, but there was a few things with his job that didn't allow that this time. And so we're doing our big family thing that first week in January. So we actually are going to have like 3-ish weeks. Jennifer Bedwell says she's jealous, Chloe. Well, hey, you only got a few more days. Just a few more days. You can hang in. All right, so Cade, my son, he's like, Chloe's so lucky. She gets out already. Like, you have your party tomorrow. You're lucky too. All right. All righty. So I'm going to pull this a little bit close to the camera so you can see. Which way? Because none of these lines are solid lines. They're very quick little outline type things. All right. So I just want you to make sure you see that. And then the last one that I'm going to use is going to be the white. And I'm just doing a little bit of white. Now, right now, I feel like my pen needs to be pumped a little bit more. Never, ever, ever pump it right on your canvas. I've seen people do that before. Do it on their door hanger or something. Always, I'm going to reach off camera. I've got a plate over here. I'm just going to pump it over there. If you pump it right directly on your door hanger or canvas or anything like that, it's very high likely that it could just go everywhere. All righty, I might do a little bit in here too. It's looking cute, Chloe. Don't forget your edges, though, because you have all these cute little things. You need a few things on those edges. Little lines of color just make me happy. I mean, they just look fun, doesn't it? And do you remember what this looked like before we added all these colors? I mean, it was just brown house on a blue background. And then you add the pizzazz all over it, and it is super fun. All right, cuteness, Chloe. All right, so one thing that at this point, we're not going to do it right now, but if you wanted to stripe your edges, you could go ahead and do that now too. Okay, so we just for us not like maneuvering all of this, plus we can also do it later. When we put the epoxy on this, we are not going to pour so much that it comes off the side. Okay, we're just going to get the front covered. So with that said, I can paint the sides anytime. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and grab me some of my peppermints, and I'm just going to lay them. I'll do one right there in the middle of the house. I'll do one over here for our little candy flower type things. I still see some paint that's wet. Is any of yours still a little bit wet? Mine. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to hit it with a blow dryer before we get those sprinkles on there. Okay. Now, so now we're going to grab these sprinkles. We're just going to sprinkle them on and kind of position them how we like them. So I'm going to grab some and plop them down, and I'll grab some for you, Chloe, and plop it down. You can just kind of move it how you want it. And you could put these wherever. I like them on the little path, but you could put them wherever. And we did, if you're wondering about the longevity, do you know where that heart is? That candy heart? If you can look for it in a little bit. If you're wondering about how long, like, does this candy hold up or whatnot, I can only speak to my experience. And we did a candy heart for Valentine's several years ago. I'm thinking like 3. It was definitely not last year, 20, and then it wasn't the year before that. So I'm thinking like 2-3 years ago that we did it, and the candy is still like perfect. So this epoxy does seal it in there, just in case you're wondering. We had a few people wonder if like it would attract bugs and stuff, but it's very much sealed in there. Do you want to go try to find that for just a second while I'm doing this next part? All right, so, and then I'm also going to need your phone for a timer in a second as well. All right, so we're about to do the epoxy. All right, so if you've never done epoxy before, you can hold it. Let's move this up. I'm going to, if you've never done it before, it's nothing to be afraid of, but you do just want to kind of be set up and prepared. So you will want to wear some gloves. You want your table covered. This is not my table. This is like a cute little poster board. So that it doesn't, if any drips, it's just dripping on this poster or on a plastic tablecloth or something like that. All right. So I'm going to get this on. When you are pouring this, you're going to need the kind of equal parts of the hardener and the resin. So let's see. I'm going to just jump that right there. I'm going to push this up for just a second. Okay, just making sure this is only dirty on the outside. So I have clear cups. This is on the outside of it. So clear cups, and I've got the clear cups so that I can see like how much of each I've got. So I've got both of these. So it only takes about 4 ounces. Do you find it? It's okay if you didn't. I thought it was back there by like where we put checks at, but I'm not sure. All right, so okay. This is the resin. So I'm just going to pour a little bit in here. I'm not measuring this. I'm just going from what I think it's going to be. But I am going to measure against it. I'm going to measure to make sure that each cup has equal amounts. Okay, so now I'm putting the hardener in this one. And as I do it, I'm just going to kind of be eyeballing it to see that it is about the same amount. Okay, let me check it. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, Chloe, it's no biggie. You can come on back in here because I'm going to need you and your little stirring hands. All right, so we have equal parts. Now we're going to pour it one into the other. Chloe, baby, it's okay. We couldn't find a spoon, therefore we have a fork, which is really not ideal. Okay, go ahead and set your timer, and we won't hit go yet. 3 minutes. You're gonna do this for 3 minutes. Now you are going to need I don't know what she said to me.
Set a timer for 3 minutes.
I don't remember what I was about to say, but read the instructions on whatever kind you buy. I've had resin before that was 6 minutes. This art resin, it's self-leveling. It is non-yellowing. It does not have a bad odor. Those are all some of the reasons that I love it, that odor. But also it is just a 3-minute mix. Okay, so put you on some gloves, and I'm going to let you mix this. While Chloe is mixing this, I'm going to go over just a few things about our Kids Club. So that any of y'all that are last minute wondering, is this something good for my for my niece, my nephew, my grandkid, my kids, I'm going to try to answer those questions. Feel free to pop them in the chat also. One question is, what are the ages? So the ages that are best for it is 5 to 13. So we break it into age groups to where like it's 5 to 9 and then 10 to 13. So you get both age groups. So if you have a family that you want to gift this to that maybe has 4 kids that are within those age groups, one membership would get, like, they will have access to all of the videos for all ages. They would only have to have one membership, and then you can pay extra for like extra sets of the markers and the fun stuff that we send out. But it's just one main membership. Okay, you want to do this? All right. So that's the first thing that we get a lot is just asking the age. Then, like, how does it work? When you join, when you sign up, you're going to put your information in, but you're also going to put the information of the kids that you want to send this to. That means put their mailing address in, put an email in, so that come January, they're going to be able to log in and have the library. They're going to get their fun box. Here's our cute little boxes that we're going to be sending out. We got a lot of stuff over here. They're going to get these on their doorstep in January. When you join, you get this QR code, and you're going to get these cute little markers. And it comes with this. It comes with something they can color. But this right here, this QR code, they're able to scan that. It takes them immediately to a video where I'm welcoming them and telling them all about it. So if you're afraid that, they might not understand what it is, that QR code is what tells them, welcome to the Kids Club starting in January. You're getting a box, you're getting, lessons every Monday. So it walks them through all of that. Then every single Monday, starting in January, you can buy a 1 month, a 3 month, or a 6 month bundle. Every week starting in January, every Monday, we release a new video. They're going to have their very own, all of our Kids Club Plus members are going to have their very own Kids Club binder. This binder is made for multiple things. One, it can hold some of their art. So it has a front pocket right here that can hold art. It has pockets back here, like the page protectors that can hold art. But also it has places, turn it off. Keep on stirring. I'm going to go over this and we're going to do this. It has places. We're going to be sending you this, the I Did It checklist, so they can look and see what lessons are coming up. This is for the 5 to 9. We'll have one for the older, for the 10 to 13. We will also have a famous artist poster every single month that will tell you some fun facts about the artist. It will show you what the artist looks like, some of their art pieces. So this is great just for art history and art education. And then with every video that we do, there's going to be an instruction guide. So all of that is going to be in here. Plus, I don't know if I have those. Do I have their little fun marbling ink? Oh gosh. every single every month in the Kids Club, we're sending out a Pzazz product. Here they are. This month, or in January, it is going to be our super cool marbling inks. Now, that's not our main project. We're going to do lots of other projects, but the marbling inks are like this super cool. When I say Pzazz, it's like the extra cool stuff, not the stuff that you just go to the store and find. It's the stuff that makes the kids go, wow. We've taught art long enough to know what those projects and products are that kids like, oh, that's so cool. So those are the kind of things we want to put in those boxes to hear the kids say, whoa. And then also everybody's going to get a little fun collectible sticker. So this is an art piece similar to what Wayne Tebow did. And since he's our artist, it's just a little sticker. So fun little fact about the Kids Club. So if you've got any other questions, pop them in the comments. I do see, thank you. I think Pam answered, it's Art Resin. Yes, that is the name of the brand, artresin.com. All right. So once you have stirred all of this, then ideally you would have a spoon, not a fork, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. We're going to just drizzle it over the pieces that are like need a little extra adhesive. Okay. So notice that we did not glue this at all. This adhesive, this resin is going to bind it for us. Remember, this is self-leveling. So even if it looks kind of sloppy right now, it's not going to be a huge deal. It's going to all level out. Sorry. Down here. So right now, I'm just putting it on those pieces. Now, I didn't include this on the supply list, but here's a little bonus. If you wanted to do this, you'd have to do it before you resined it. But if you wanted to do like any of the craft twinkles or the craft twinkles, any of that kind of paint with glitter in it in the background, that would be super cool too. But you would need to do that before you resined. All right. So now that I've kind of gone on the big heavy stuff, now I'm just going to drizzle quickly in the background, and then I'll just use my fingers, my gloved hands, I should say, to smooth all of this out. Now, once upon a time, back when I didn't know what we were doing, you learn by trial and error. And at the studio, we would pour the cup. We just go like this and we pour it. Well, what that does is it puts on way more resin than you actually need, and it kind of floods stuff. So I would come back, and it wasn't this exact project, but for example, if it was this project, these little sprinkles would be floating way over here next time I came back. And it's because I put so much resin, and it's self-leveling, so it's moving all through the night. So it kind of got everywhere. So I think what I've got right here is pretty decent. Put maybe a little more, and then you can go, Chloe. And then here you go. Just keep it over on that. And then what I'm going to do is just going to take my gloved hand and kind of smooth it out, because even though it's self-leveling, it's not going to just go everywhere without a little bit of help. So I'm just going to cover it all. If you have bubbles, I like to get a heat gun. I've even seen a hot hair dryer work, but a heat gun works just a little bit better. And you can just pop it at this. Now, a lot of people use torches with resin, and you totally could do that too. I just don't have one on hand. And our heat gun has done the trick. And so all you do is, if you have bubbles, you're just going to real quick over on it, and it will pop those bubbles for you. Then you're going to let this sit overnight. All right. It's going to take overnight before it dries. You do not, if you're doing this at home, you need to be mindful of a few things. Do you have a cat that likes to walk on your stuff? If so, put this somewhere that cat can't get to it. I don't know if you might want to put like a giant box on top of this that might protect it. Something, because that could go awry. Also, if you, I might not do this outside if there's a lot of bugs. We have many of time, and some of you who are on here, this has happened to you too. Had a fly land right in the resin. And the next morning, you're looking and you're oohing and you're on and you're loving it. And then you're like, dun, 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 dun. What is that dead thing with its legs and its wings sticking up at me? Just another thing to be mindful of, like bugs can get, can get caught in it. Pam says, or gnats flying into it. Leah says, are you speaking from experience about the cat? No, I'm not speaking from experience about the cat. Yes, about the flies. But no, I've never had a cat step in it, but we've seen other things step all in artwork, and it just makes me know what could happen. One time we did splatter paint. We do that every year with our summer campers. Well, we do it with our after school kids too. And we had them laying on the floor, out of the way, but on the floor. And a little 2-year-old who knows no boundaries and doesn't think about not stepping on it came running and on the feet on top of the splatter paint and then onto the floor. So not only did we have like splatter paint messed up, but then we had little footprints all over. It was a fun little memory, but I think of things like that a lot. What could go wrong here? So a cat that likes to walk on art could go wrong. Okay, so I am pretty much done with this. I'm going to kind of go look down. I kind of have to do this motion like we're looking down at all the light to kind of see, because if you don't get a spot, it's really hard. It's very difficult the next day to come back to, in my opinion. Some people might not think it is. In my opinion, it's kind of hard to spot it. And it still looked good. Pam says, yes, I had a fly in my tree. I remember all too well, Pam. Oh, it really didn't look that bad, though. I'm just saying, like, it kind of blended in. Pam was on our beach retreat, and I told that story of the fly, which I didn't think there was any flies in our beach house that we were in, but, you just say it, and the next thing you know, there it is the next morning. Did you see it? Were you there? Did you see it? Okay. All right. So I think you still got several spots, Chloe. So we're just going to kind of keep doing this, and then we're going to take our gloves off and we're going to let it just sit here until tomorrow. Now, let me tell you a few other tips. If you are like, well, that looks good, but I want to paint my side. I want to epoxy the edges, even though she didn't say to epoxy the edges. Well, if you do that, you need to be mindful that your canvas is not sticking to, or not sitting on the table, because if it is, you're going to epoxy the sides, and then it's going to touch the table and it's going to all be kind of stuck. So if you are wanting to do anything on those sides, you need to raise this up, maybe with some cups up under it or something, so that it doesn't get stuck to the side. Jackie says her peppermint moved off its stem. Oh, you were right. Your peppermint's not on your stem anymore, baby. Thank you for that. Did you want this over here? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, there we go. All right, so that is about it. We've still got a little bit more moving around here to do. Maybe hit it with the heat gun just to make it kind of really smooth. And then that's it. So I hope y'all had fun with this tonight. If you do this project, please tag us in it. If you are just hopping on and don't have the supply list and want the supply list for this, just type the word candy to 1-334-249-1818. It's in the description. But also, if you know anybody that would love the Kids Club, we are continuing to tell you about it, because after Friday, we're not taking any more, because after Friday, we are letting our staff, after Saturday, we're letting our staff go on a 2-week vacation as well. And so nobody's going to be here to send out all the stuff. So we're going to be stopping on Friday, getting everything kind of starting to ship out, so that y'all can have it. So you can have at least your marker pack by Christmas, and then we will have the box to everybody by the 1st of January. So that is it, y'all. I hope you had a good night. Let me take my glove off before I sign off over here. Be sure to share the Kids Club with anybody who you think likes it. Be sure to show us your fun little gingerbread house if you make it. All right, y'all, that's it for tonight. See ya.